Very good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss how to solve the question paper. So I have just taken one paper of study of fiction, in which is recently completed by DAVV University, and I am going to tell you that what strategies we can follow for solving the question paper, because every exam is very crucial in our life, and 3 hours come rarely in our life. Like countable days, we can count that uh, from first to 12th, then first year to PG, and sometime if you are appearing in MPhil or something. So 3 hours number of papers multiply by 3 hours or 2 hours, right? So these hours are very important in our life, right? So what is, see, study, regular study, and then do practice at home, that is something different. But with that mindset where one ambience is created, and class is invigilation is going on, and then within 3 hours you have to show your knowledge of that particular subject, and then numbers, how to management of numbers, management of time, and length of word length, and your speed of writing, and your writing, fonts and overwriting, and everything will be how to start the question, how to close the question, and clarity, content, everything. So many things you have to do within 3 hours. In fact, 3 hours are not 3 hours, but that is 2.5 hours, because half of the hour where you start and then flow is maintained, and then a tempo, that particular tempo, that flow, when you come in that particular mindset, so it takes time and signature and so many things in between you have to do. So just count, that's a 2.5 hours. So how, what best you can do within 2.5 hours, that is very important. I would like to tell you that how question paper can be done. As far as DAVV question paper is concerned, so I would like to tell you, say for example, this is question paper of a study of fiction, and then 100 marks question paper is bifurcated, 70 marks for theory and 30 for practical. So this is the paper of 70 marks, and 70 marks are divided into three sections: section A, section B, and section C. Section A is of objective type question, section B is short answers, and section C is long answer. So how can we read question paper start? That is important. If we see that section A is, that is, marks of section A is 1 mark for one question and 6 marks will be there. So in A section you have to do MCQ, which will be of 6 marks. Then section B, that is short answer question. One question carries 8 marks, and you have to there will be 5 questions, right? And then C section will be of 12 marks, and just 2 questions, means 24 marks will be on section C, right? Long answer. So first of all, how to manage the time? So for time management, this is my suggestion, that you may that is some feel that comfortable, some may not feel comfortable, but that is from my side. That's a, don't read full question paper when at a time. Why? Because this are 3 hours, and our mindset, we are panic, and many things we have to manage within time, and that is why if you read all question together, so sometime what happened, we are not sure what kind of question, and sometimes we feel at a glance when we read question paper, we feel that, oh, we are not able to do, I'm not able to do this question, and then all things were, as far as literature is concerned, fiction is concerned, the number of stories you have to remember, characters you have to remember, flow you have to remember, along with message, right? And what happened, that it's all will be mixed, and it is better not to read full question paper. So how to do it? Very short, very like quickly, you just have to cover section A. Section A contains 6 marks, and then each statement should be read properly. Sometime that is fiction paper, but sometime question may be tricky. For example, question may be what story or what novel is not written by the author, right? So find out one of the following novel which is not written by the author, not written by the author, and we are thinking that which is written by, so we just stick, right? So that such statement should be read properly. What is the question, right? And then that when you write MCQs or one line answers, so you have to write statement. Don't write full statement. For example, first question, so that's a Crusoe named his servant Friday in honor of what, right? So here Crusoe dash 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 of what, and then answer is that this answer is B. So the day on which the native's life was saved. This is the answer. So you just have to write B and then the day on dash 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 saved. This way you should reply of objective type question. Now moving to next very quickly, and read question, the Bennett family lives in the village of. So immediately your mind should think for villages, right? So what, because these all villages or places are discussed in that particular novel, that's a Pride and Prejudice. So that's a Pemberley, Longbourn, Rosings and London. So that here Longbourn, answer is again B. So how to write, the Bennett dash 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 of dash dash dash, then answer B and Longbourn. That's a very short answer, Longbourn. You just have to write this way. Now moving to third question, third statement. What is the name of the sailor who buys Susan from Hancock's? So here that's a Mayor of Casterbridge. This is novel where Mayor of Casterbridge. So that what's the answer? That's again B answer, Newson, Robert Newson, full name. So that you just have to write what is that dash Hankard and answer B, and then don't write Robert Newson, you just write Newson, B. Whatever is given, same answer will be should be given. Now who proposes marriage to Clarissa and in refused, right? So that's the Mrs. Dalloway. This question comes from Mrs. Dalloway. So here what's the full name of the boy? That's a D answer, D Peter Walsh, right? Then what brings Hyde into being, right? So what brings Hyde into being? The Hyde becomes like living being, a potion conquered by Jekyll. So that's a particular dose, portion is dose which is conquered by, given by Jekyll. A answer, right? So that is and then you just read, I know these answers, but you just read all full, and best choice of best is that negate, first of all negate, no, this cannot be answer, that cannot be, this can, and sometime two answers, and if you are getting confused, then decide again, read again what is the question and then decide, and then there is no negative marking. So don't worry, attempt all the questions, right? Now moving to sixth one, that's a Charles Dickens belongs to the age, right? So Charles Dickens belongs to the age, of course. B answer, that's a Victorian age, right? So that's a modern age, cannot be, of course. Then Elizabethan age is Shakespeare's age, right? So two you can negate. Neoclassical, no, because Charles Dickens somewhat the old age, that's the Victorian age. So answer is B. So this way you just read first, do at reading and doing, and then very quickly you just have to sum up. But quickly does not means that you are avoiding and anyhow you are completing for sake of doing. No, at the same time you have to take care that your answer should be correct, right? So that's the first part. That moving to next one, short answer question, and then here 5 question out of 10, because internal choice is given. So that's a first is, what are the characteristics of literary and genre fiction, and then write a short note on fiction and its type. So out of 2 you have to attempt one, and question is of 8 marks. So very quickly again, because many times students ask, madam, 8 marks question means how much pages is to be filled, how much pages are to be filled. So don't worry about, don't bother about pages, you just have to, because human capacity, however it is said that number of question according to number of question paper, number of pages, but it's not possible. So you just have to write 2-3 pages, that's enough, half of the pages according to number. Like if 8 marks question, so then you just have to write 4 pages at least, right? So how to and then summary is the answer of every kind of question. So don't worry, you just have to write summary. So it is my suggestion to you for literature paper, remember summary and characters properly, do lot of practice, right? And then in class I have taught that you can make flow chart, you can make families and all. So this way you can give the answer. That is not that's you are cheating to evaluator. No, you are talking the same but in what we can say visual form. So it is good. This way you just fill the number of pages, but not ultimate, not pages actually, but then presentation is good. So that please take care whenever you are answering literature question, so that make family tree, it is more clear, and then flow, and then description also. Many a time what student do, they just make flow, but then they don't describe, in which you will not be given marks. So that's a take care, you have to describe, but less description and more visual. So that is the purpose, because anyhow you have to make a evaluator understand what's the story, right, and what's the question. So here a second question, write a short note on fiction and its type. I have already made video on it, you just visit to my channel, English with Dr. Swati Singh, where you will get these notes, right? Come to the first question, characteristics of literary and genre fiction. I have made I have spoken something afterwards in this slideshow only, so we are going to discuss later. Now come to the second question, evaluate Robinson Crusoe as an adventure novel, right? So that's the Robinson Crusoe, of course, that's an adventure novel, that's a different from other novels, that's a in which number of things. So first of all, whenever you start question, you just start question with the author direct, don't jump directly to the question. First you have to tell something about author, about character, major character, or then you can then you should start answer. So very quickly you just have to write about the author, and then come to the Robinson Crusoe, key character of the novel, and then why story. I am telling you that every answer means you have to tell a story, whatever the question, which type of question, but every question covers short story. Summary you have to tell. So just write the summary of Robinson Crusoe. Summary can be depicted through a flow chart and through that's a family tree and all. Here no family tree actually. Robinson Crusoe in the beginning he leaves home and then he goes for voyage and sea voyage, right? So that is something different story actually. And then how 27 years he spends in an isolated isles, and then how he manages his life. He learns he reads the Bible, and then he maintains chronicle, and then how he saves people from cannibals, and then how sometime like how he manages, how he comes to know to grow the grains and all these, all kind of and then he comes back to his family, he gets married. And this is kind of something that's a very unnatural, very abnormal life, but still he manages. That is why this is adventurous novel. So this way you have to justify. Now next question, option is bring out the chief characteristics, so, traits of Pamela. So Pamela, first again you have to write the characters of Pamela, then story of Pamela, then major very important one or two famous quotes you should incorporate in your answer, Pamela's quotes and all. And then sometime from the text, or sometime on the authors you should write. And then what's a Pamela? So that's how Pamela Straight's very good girl, because though she comes from very fragile family, very vulnerable family, but she does not lose her chastity, and she keeps herself pure, though she is tempted by her boss, but still she does not surrender, she does not give up. That is her virtue. She keeps her virtue, she maintains her virtues. And then when she gets married with Mr. B, so then again she shows her great heart, and she accepts illegal child by Mr. B as daughter, though a daughter is just like Pamela, same age, because Pamela gets married in very early age. So that is there. So that is done, right? And then third question is discuss the significance of the title A Tale of Two Cities, right? So that is A Tale of Two Cities is two cities and a tale, right? So that is also very important. And you just have to, again you have to tell the summary. Without telling summary you cannot do anything, so you just have to tell the summary. And then title A Tale of Two Cities. So two cities are London and France. And then Evermont family, which is very infamous in France, they are very cruel. And then this novel is depends on that's a French Revolution. So you just have to tell the about the French Revolution. And then how a tale behind one tale two cities are joined, and then how story develops. And then finally it's a happy ending, but then one character he sacrifices his life, and then he becomes the hero of. So that's how at last that he becomes an hero. This way you just have to tell, right? Okay, so that is there. Now Sydney Carton, actually Sydney Carton becomes the hero of the novel at last. So you have to tell the significance, that how this two cities, and then what is the tale, what's the story. So story Manet family, and then how they get married, and then how Dr. Manet becomes abnormal, and what's the story you have to tell. And finally you have to justify of the title. Then against this question, another question is that in the novel of Hardy, chance play an important role. So see, my suggestion is that whenever you read question, don't indulge with each and every word. That is just you have to write your answer in this perspective, but then again take long breathe and then think that's the what's the question, because question is tricky but answer is almost same. Here also the novel Mayor of Casterbridge, here you just have to tell the important role of chance, how chance in our life plays very important role. So Mayor of Casterbridge, Mayor of Casterbridge, that's a Casterbridge's name of the place, and mayor is Henkard. So how Henkard is changed his life. That's how, like sometime he is given good time. He faces good time, but then he is not happy, and then sometime he takes wrong decision, and then different chances come in his life. He becomes mayor because of his caliber, but then he misuses because of his temperament, because of his negative feeling, because of his bad habits. He's drunkard, that's why he sells his wife Susan, and Susan comes back again. They remarried, but is still then as he comes to know about his daughter, that she is not from that Elizabeth, that she is from Robert Newson, whom he had sold his wife, and this Elizabeth is not biological daughter, but she is Newson's daughter. So that is, he again starts misbehaving. So then in all fronts, he, because of his temperament, he loses life. So this way you have to justify that he Hankard given chance in life, but then he's not able to understand, right? Finally, C question. So my, okay, sorry, then next question is write a character analysis of Clarissa Dalloway. This is Mrs. Dalloway's story. That's a novel's name is Mrs. Dalloway. So how Clarissa Dalloway changed her mind, how she is 50 plus years old a lady, and then when she meets her boyfriend once upon a time, they had been they were in love with one another, but then she thinks of that time, and again that's a switching of time, that the stream of consciousness you have to tell. The stream of consciousness is a technique where author makes us feel that that's a character is switching, and sometimes character thinks like a nostalgic character becomes nostalgic, sometimes character thinks for future. So what's going on in characters may character's mind, that is called stream of consciousness. How, like a stream, so like similarly that the thoughts are streaming, thoughts are flowing in the mind, so that is called a stream of consciousness. So this way you have to tell the Clarissa Dalloway's structure, because in this Mrs. Dalloway, as name suggests, that the whole story is around Mrs. Dalloway, right? So that is the answer. Now discuss the major themes of the novel 1984, very relevant, by George Orwell. Animal Farm, and then 1984, all very good novels. So that's a 1984 was written in completed in 1948, but deliberately he extends the time and he named the novel, that's a 1984. Where in this novel every house where what way TV are installed, and then there is no private life. That's the soul of the novel, that's a privacy is already captured by government, and your each and every movement is being checked, being noticed by the government. And then Mr. B, sorry, Mr. what we can say, Big Brother, right? Big Brother is there, but everywhere it is written that Big Brother is watching you, means you are under CCTV camera everywhere. Now we find that you are under आप कैमरे की निगरानी में है. Then no private life in on the road, everywhere, even in the houses. CCTV camera is installed. So similar he is talking about that what government wants wants us to do, we have to do. That's a message that we have to think according to government. And at last what happened, the hero, he surrenders and he says that yes, 2 and 2 is not 4 but 2 and 2 is 5, or this way he has to say, think that yes, 2 and 2 5, everything is fine, right? Advertise, I recall that दाग बहुत अच्छे हैं. Why? Because that advertise industry makes us feel that yes, दाग अच्छे हैं, right? So that's a thinking, the like what we can say, that's a we make realize, because we have to make believe, we have to we have to think according to government. This is the sole message of 1984. So that's again very good question, right? Last question, analyze the character of Victor Frankenstein. That is Frankenstein, that's a dictative novel. And that's a, here you have to tell about Frankenstein, monster Frankenstein. Why? Because all problems are created by us. Here Frankenstein creates one monster and he is just misusing his knowledge. So that is again the message of this novel, is that though sometimes we are blessed to have knowledge, power, money, muscle, but then we misuse. And then n number of examples in our society where people, some is one is blessed with knowledge, one is blessed with money, power, muscle, position, but still some, when we misuse, then we have to pay it like anything. Similarly here Frankenstein is the scientist, very good doctor, very knowledgeable person, but he misuses and he tries to make one living being. And then because he's not god, he cannot he's unable to make small organs, and that's why that's a big organs he makes, and he gets succeed in that body. And when this body is created, it is not simple body, that's a monster, it becomes monster. And that monster creates problem to Frankenstein's life, and then he kills one by one all family members, and finally Frankenstein also has to die. So that is the story, that problems are created by us. So I used to tell to students also, that's a scale, so that if you reach in the middle, then still there is chance to go back, but once you cross the limit, that is middle, right, then there is no chance. So that's a drug world, and these kinds of bad habits, that's a net. Once we are in their net, then there's least chance to come back in our life. So then don't cross much limit. See, it is said that there's a pinch of salt will go, but not more than that, because food is not eatable. Similarly, if you do small mistakes, it's okay, but then don't do blunders, right? So that is there. And then against of this question, another question, critically appreciate Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So here also that's a detective novel, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and both are one same person, but then Dr. Jekyll has to hide himself sometime, because same, he takes potion, he misuses his power, he is the doctor, and then ultimately he has to suffer in this novel also. That is also detective novel. So you can do this question. Now C question, you have to save your time for C question, and then B portion should be completed up to second hour. In fact, uh, 1 hour at least you should save for long question C, section C, because 12 marks is something. 6 to 7 pages you have to write for one, minimum 6 to 7 pages you have to write for one question in for C section, right? So that is why here time, sometime we are prepared, and our preparation is like anything. We know each and everything, but we are not able to attempt, able to write because of our speed, writing speed, or sometime because of wrong strategy. So please take care and please write. Please sum up your second part, second section within 2 hours, and then save your time for third question. Here let us see what are they. Discuss the nature of virtue and reward. Virtue and reward is another name. Virtue is rewarded, that's another name of Pamela. So how virtue and reward in Pamela as an epistolary novel where novel is developed through letters, because here Pamela writes letters to her parents, and then we come to know about the story. So first of all, you have to make it clear what is epistolary novel. And then Pamela is a very virtuous girl, and when she gets married, how she keeps her virtues, how she takes care of family, takes care of other all so many people around her who helped Pamela in her tough time. And then though she is the wife of Mr. B, and she is the owner of that very big state, but then then no pride does not touch her, because she is a very simple and very very understanding girl. So this way you have to tell that, sir, that in the reward form she gets love of all local people, society, and then she is loved by everyone, and she is blessed to have 6 7 children, right? So this way, happy ending novel, social novel, Pamela. Another question, evaluate sons and lovers. That's the sons and Oedipus complex, because mother is tortured by her husband, and then how husband tortures mother, and she very unhappy marriage, though it's love marriage but it's a failed marriage, and how mother changed her mind and she is devoted to her children, sons actually. And then it's a moral family story, and then Walter Morrill and Gertrude Morrill, husband wife, and they are blessed with the 4 kids. And then William, second one is Paul Morrill, third one is girl Annie Morrill, and fourth one is Arthur Morrill. These are the children and happy family. But then she devotes her time to her children only. And then William dies, eldest son dies, and then her whole attention divert to Paul Morrill. But then she is over possessive to Paul Morrill, and then she, this way, knowingly unknowingly, she spoils Paul's life, and one day Paul's is nowhere. And then how a mother dies, but then Paul's life is ruined because of mother's over possessiveness and interfere in his life. So that is why her own sons become her lovers. How? That's a psychoanalytical novel, that if you are not happy, but you cannot demand, as a wife you are not happy, but you cannot be over possessive, you cannot like expect much from your children, right? Because every relation has its own limitations, periphery, and you cannot intrude to their life, because they are separate individual identity, individual entity, and that's why you cannot expect much, because they have their own private life. This is the message of Sons and Lovers. Then discuss the appropriateness of the title Pride and Prejudice. Who has pride, who is prejudice? So that's the hero and heroine. So this whole novel revolves around hero heroine Bennet family, and then Elizabeth and Elizabeth is a very intelligent girl, beautiful girl, but then how she is biased, and then she's not able to listen the hero. And hero is, in the beginning hero has pride, but then later on it melts, and finally happy ending, and a number of marriages, 3 marriages, and Bennett family is happy family. It's a happy ending social novel, Pride and Prejudice. So the opening line is very famous, you just remember opening line also. And then to what extent, next question, to what extent is character, and to what extent is fate responsible for the tragedy in Mayor of Casterbridge? So he's talking about the story where how Henkard, hero of the Mayor of Casterbridge, that's how fate is responsible. So you have to give this angle. So you have to justify that how fate of Henkard's fate, Elizabeth's fate's daughter, first daughter, everyone, how they are victimized by the fate. You have to tell, justify this tragedy, and then how a human being, how we are victimized by the fate. This way you have to justify, right? And the last question is, discuss major thematic concern in Middlemarch. So that's, I have written this thematic concern, because theme, what's the theme, how these themes are covered, actually thematic concern, this is thematic concern. That's why these themes are taken, what the message is going to be delivered by a particular novel. This way you have to justify. So here all questions, but selection of questions, in our days we were free to tick on the paper that I'm going to solve these questions, but here now you are not allowed to tick, to even leave a dot to your question paper, otherwise it's a crime, it's unfair, means that's a UFM case can be registered against you. So don't do like this, you just have to set, otherwise you can write to your question paper only, that's a part C, I'm going to do these question. And then don't read whole question, read one part, section A, do section A, and even don't read whole section A. First statement, answer, second statement, answer, third statement, answer, all 6 statement, then move to second one, where you have to decide that's either 1 or 2, or where read whole section B and decide what 2 questions you are 5 questions you are going to attempt. So where in part B you have to read whole question, similarly in section C you have to read whole question and decide, and write in your question answer sheet somewhere that I am going to attempt all these questions, number 2, number 5, number 7, this way. Why? Because that's how your mind will start thinking, and then you just have to. And sometime what happens, sometime we write half of the question answer, and then we get confused, and then we cut, and again, don't do right like this. Whatever you have written, think, take long, breathe again and again, and then decide. And once it is decided, then whatever, if you are confused, whatever, anyhow you have to justify and you have to complete, because time is precious, very important. So don't do overwriting, right? So that is something about question paper. Now moving to literary fiction and genre fiction. I'm telling you in very brief, that's a literary fiction, because that's uncommon, that's why I have made slides on this. That's in general, literary fiction is broad genre that focuses on style, depth and character development, right? So here a literary fiction where a style is different, depth, very depth is there you will find, and character development, because these novels are known for characters, you remember characters for long time. Unlike genre fiction, which is often plot driven, right, plot is there and caters to a wide audience, literary fiction tends to appeal to a smaller, more intellectually curious readership. So that's a I would like to give you one analogy, like everyone does not like khadi texture or khadi uh, fabric, but then common people and so that's a uh, khadi is worn, or khadi is liked by one class, right? Similarly, literary genre is, we can say that, art movies, right? So that needs, that demands understanding level. So then only you'll be able to understand art movies. You like art movies, there is a class. Similarly, literary fiction cannot liked by all, but bus stand literature means cheap novels, we can say. Exactly, not cheap, but then there's a plot, and then read. Similarly, even we can compare with the news channels. Some news channels, they are not much like scripted, or very whatever news is there, little bit unbiased maybe. Otherwise, they serve news, natural or original news. But some are very like they use very, what we can say that, according to audience demand, they discuss and they serve such kind of news. This is the level, this is the category. One category very choosy, very much sober, very dignified, and one are very common who like some such kind of things. So that is the difference between literary fiction and genre fiction. In general, literary fiction includes themes about current social and political issues, very important, and overall introspective tone, like movies, right? So, what current social political NEET 3 right now, NEET and NET and exam and paper leak. So definitely movie is very soon movie is going to become on paper leak. Movie had made on Talwar, Arushi's murder, Arakshan, Padmavati. So these kind of, so that's a literary genre. We can say that's a similarly literary genre covers uh, literary, sorry, fiction covers social, political, and current issues, right? And introspective, we have to think about the tone, we have to think about the theme. That is literary fiction. Genre fiction, the discussion between literary fiction and genre fiction is not always clear cut. Very the however is a part of fiction actually, as literary fiction can overlap with a variety of different genres. Genre fiction can include mystery, romance, scientific fiction, fantasy, and more, right? These are that's a different kind of mystery, है ना? So that's a particular genre or class, actually class fiction. So particular class that is made for particular class, particular genre. These stories are usually plot heavy and generally added to the conventions of their genre. In contrast, literary fiction is less plot driven. Plot is not much important and focuses on more character development, right? So characters are remembered, right? Unlike genre fiction, literary fiction deviates from conventions. They are not normal love triangle or something, subverts popular tropes, and does not always follow a clear structure. In addition, literary fiction often uses experimental and unconventional prose to tell a story. That's a different way of narrating story or movie, or this way they maintain their class. That is literary fiction. Example of literary fiction can include classic and contemporary novels. Contemporary is very important. Current, right? Example works by authors such as Scott Fitzgerald, Virginia Woolf, Salman Rushdie, right? How, like Virginia Woolf and Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie's satanic verses, right? So that's a, their works are renowned for their intricate narratives. Why? Because that's a narrative, that's the characters, rich characters, right? That is very important. And development, uh, thought provoking themes. That's very important, that you just think, yes, Nirmala. So that's a not Nirmala, Nirbhaya issue when it was done. So that's a movie. Movies are made on it. So that's a social commentary. So that's a right word is for literary fiction is social commentary. They pick up social issues and write something, make story on the basis of current or contemporary issues. Stories like the epic of Gilgamesh and Don Quixote are the considered early works of literary fiction. Some genre within literary fiction. The literary fiction genre is diverse and includes a variety of subgenres, including literary realism, literary modernism, and literary postmodernism. Each of these subgenre has its own unique characters, conventions, but all share a common focus on prose and themes that's a mm, about human experience. In general, literary fiction includes themes about current social and political issues, very important, social current issues actually, and overall introspective tone. So that is, so you just read it up. Now last is thematic concern. Thematic concern is correct and usable in written English. You can use it to refer to a theme or subject of interest that runs throughout a work of literature, film, art, or other creative medium. Thematic concept. What's the theme? Right? Important thing is that's the what's the theme which runs throughout the work. Right? For example, thematic concern of the novel The Great Gatsby is pursuit of American dream. That's the look back in anger. That's a John Osborne's novel, Look Back in Anger. So that's an American dream, right? So number of movies are made on a number of fictions are written on the basis of American dream, education system, something. So that is, I am telling you that paper leak out how children how like their future is being ruined by this kind of negligence. Definitely number of movies are going to be made. Quota suicide, so that's the movies are made. So that is something thematic concern. That's a what kind of special themes are covered, taken, that is called thematic concern. So that is something about today, and I think you must have got the idea. Thank you so much. God bless you.